Focus. Ideate. Innovate. Enable.
Hello and a warm welcome to each and every one of you. You're with me, Pig Brain, here today on CNBC TV 18, and we are delighted to bring to you the final semi-final of NSE's Financial Quest. 5 years ago, the National Stock Exchange of our country decided to put a little bit of fun in finance and take it to our schools across the country. The initiative was really to make our young kids in schools understand or perhaps learn their first lessons in finance. The objective over the last 5 seasons has now turned into a mission and a movement. Schools from across 15 cities have battled in this quiz, and here today we have with us 5 outstanding teams in the 3rd national semi-final. One more team will get there. Who is that going to be? But before we get there, let's take a look at who are the 5 battling for that coveted final slot. As they battle across Financial Quest, and we pick action on the first frontier of our battle from here, one team will go through into the national final, which is a week away from where you are now. For the moment, let's pick action, and it's time to ring the opening bell. Here we go. The format is something we're all familiar with. Bulls, bears, and stags will throw up on your screen. 100, a 75, and a 50 will be the value if you get it right, and that would be the value if you get it wrong. Whoever goes on the buzzer gets to play, and all questions are common to all the teams on stage. May the best team go into the national final from here as we pick action on the first poser here today. What do we have? We have in store for you a bull, 100 to begin this battle here today. On your screen, the first one coming up. What is being explained here? Girls from Sacred Hearts, Chandigarh, are giving it a go. 100 if you get it right.
It's a dead cat bounce.
It's a dead cat bounce. What happens?
The market is, it's a stag market, but suddenly there's a little bit of life left in it.
And it's like even a dead cat can bounce?
Yeah, it just bounces for a second.
100. What a first answer to get. The 3rd semi-final comes alive on question 1. 2 young girls from Sacred Hearts, Chandigarh, an outstanding answer. Here's the next one. We have a bear coming up for you on your screen. In the world of debt, what is DSCR? So if D is debt, what is SCR? No team taking a chance at a national semi-final. The answer that I was looking for is service coverage ratio. When you have a debt, you have a service coverage, which is a ratio, and no team going for it. Here's the next one. The value is a bull again. So you got 100 coming on your screen now. What is the missing word in this famous title?
Investment.
On my left, Kolkata are giving it a go. St. James School.
Investment.
The book title, Investment.
Yes.
The missing word.
Yes.
Plus 100. Plus 100 to Kolkata. He's a sigh of relief with that answer. I think he took a half chance on that one, but earns himself 100. Guts is good in a quiz. Here's the next one. We've got 2 teams on 100 each, as we've got a stag coming up for a 50 on your screen now. What does G stand for in SGP? If S is sovereign, and B is bond. What is G? Sovereign dash bonds. Something reasonably simple. Oh, Coimbatore on that cue are giving it a go.
Gold.
Vidyaniketan.
Gold.
Sovereign gold bonds will give you a plus 50. That's a good chance they took, and it paid out for them with a 50. Here's the next one. The final one in the segment is a bull. You got to give me an overall answer. Here it comes. Oh, Lucknow Army Public School are taking a shot for a 100-pointer. What do you make of all of these?
These are all our bonds. That's the Panda
All
bond.
these are bonds, okay?
That's the James Bond and that's the
James Bond,
Samurai Bond and
Samurai Bond,
that one I don't know.
and you got one on the top as well.
That's the Panda Bond, but
That's the Panda Bond. You don't know what this is. Well, the one they missed but got the overall answer right is Dim Sum Bonds. You also got a bond variety called Dim Sum Bonds, and Army Public will get the first 100 in the first segment. They would have all wanted to score in the first segment. But ladies and gentlemen, on the other side of this break, we will tell you where the teams stand. But for the moment, it's a riveting final. Multiple teams are scoring, but we need to take a quick break. On the other side, we'll tell you where they stand. Stay with us. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. You're watching the third national semi-final of NSE Financial Quest. 5 outstanding schools locked in this battle as we take a look at where they stand. Here it comes. As we move into the second frontier, time for us to do a little bit of trading. Here it comes. And the first one in this frontier is a big one. Here we go. We've got a bull for 100. And let's see if Bangalore capitalizes, then the game becomes even more tense. Here we go.
He is happier now than he's been in years. He said, quote, "I feel safer here than outside. I know I will die in prison, but I lived the last 20 years of my life in fear."
Kolkata off in a flash.
This is Bernie Madoff, who was involved in the world-famous Ponzi scheme of $64 billion.
The world infamous Ponzi scheme.
world infamous.
100. Kolkata cracker of an answer. As school students, if you will know Bernie Madoff, India is in safe hands for its future. Here's the next one. What an answer on that one. For a 50 and on a stag. Here we go. Gentlemen prefer dash pun Andrew Mellon, an American tycoon. This in many ways made something in the world of finance extremely popular. What did Andrew Mellon say gentlemen prefer?
Loans.
For another 50, Coimbatore are taking a shot.
Loans.
Loans is a minus 50 for you. The answer is bonds. The popularity of bonds came from that. Here we go to the next one. Hands on the buzzer for 100. Now, an extremely famous personality known for its amazing investments. Identify this gentleman. He was in India not so long ago. The newspapers and the media were all about him. Kolkata. No one going for it. The answer that I was looking for. Ladies and gentlemen, tough one for young school children in India. The one and only Masayoshi Son. As we go to the next one, we've got a bear coming up for a 75 on your screen. Here we go. Supply creates its own demand, says which law? Supply creates its own demand, says which law? It's a nervous semi-final. No team really running away. The answer, ladies and gentlemen, the Say's law. I said, supply creates its own demand, says which law? The answer is the Say's law. Well, you got to learn to listen to a quiz master carefully as we go on to the next one. And we've got a bear coming up. Here we go. What is the full form of SDR? What's the full form of SDR? Bangalore are giving it a go. It's a 75 if they get it right.
It's special drawing rights.
Special drawing rights will give you a 75. They thought about it, they worked it out, took their time. 75 to Bangalore. They are in the fray. 75, 100, 100 on my right, 200 on my left. But for the moment, we go to the next one. We've got 100 coming up on a bull on your screen now. Who is this gentleman who was behind the Krishnamachari Dash budget? A very famous man in the world of Indian finance. He was behind the Krishnamachari Dash budget. History of Indian finance. Well, it's amazing how teams get stacked up in different semi-finals and tend to behave very similarly. No one wants to take a chance in the semi-final. Caution seems to be the agreed way of play. The answer, Nicholas Kaldor, a very, very important man in the history of Indian finance, the Krishnamachari Kaldor budget. Here we go on the next one. The overall answer is what matters on this bull. Here we go. Right, Army Public School from Lucknow are taking a shot at it.
That's the collapse of the Barings Bank, and that's
the collapse of the Barings Bank, okay?
That's Nick Leeson. Because of him, the Barings Bank collapsed, and Cymex is the stock market where he traded fake money. I think that.
Outstanding answer. Army Public School will get 100 with a really high quality answer on that one. Nick Leeson and the history of how everything unfolded after that. They just seem to know all of it. Ladies and gentlemen, seated in the comfort of your homes, you must be really wondering if these are indeed our school children. Outstanding answers, great depth of knowledge. We'll tell you where they stand on the other side of this break. Back in just a moment. Stay with us. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. You're watching NSE Financial Quest. 5 teams from across India battling in a semi-final for one remaining slot in the national finale. Who's going to go through seems to be the toughest question to answer at this stage. Here's why I make that statement. For the moment, ladies and gentlemen, the final frontier, time for a final settlement. We start the final segment with the first one, and it will be a bear, 75, on your screens now. What is OE in the context of OEIC if IC is investment company? What does OE stand for? It's very similar to a term that's also used in the world of mutual funds. OEIC. OE Investment Company. 2-word answer. Someone taking a chance. No one taking a chance. Everyone wants to be absolutely sure, but they're going to be kicking themselves on this one. Open-ended investment company. Well, that was easy. It's so commonly used in the world of mutual funds as well. As we go to the next one, and the value that we have is a stag for a 50 now. Which country is this? And they've gone for it. On my left is Coimbatore. Identify the country. Indonesia.
Yeah.
Will give you a 50. Well, they're bouncing back in this game. The game far, far from over. Here's the next one. The value is a 75. A bear on your screen now. Famous dash includes the tulip mania in Holland during the 17th century. It's a common term used in the world of finance and markets. It was used...
Recessions.
Recessions.
The tulip prices, they rose drastically.
What's your answer?
Recessions.
Is a minus. I've given you a U and a L in the answer. Where would recession come in with U and L? And that's a negative for them. On a bear, 75 they lose. They go down to 125. The answer that I was looking for was the coining of the term bubbles. Tulips are bubbles. And these bubbles which burst at some point in time come and get their name from the tulip mania from Holland as well. You also had a dot-com bubble and so on in this world. Kolkata putting themselves under pressure. Lucknow on 200, the girls on 100. 75 and 50. Oh, I tell you what, it's a phenomenal finish to the semi-final. 3 questions to go. The game is tight. Here we go. A bear on your screen for 75 now. Identify the coin or the country from the national emblem that appears on the coin. It's a very important currency in the world. And on my right, the girls from Sacred Hearts are giving it a go. You will get a 75 if you get it right.
Saudi Arabia.
We'll get you a 75. Yes, say the girls, they get a 75. Happy they are, and they are on the verge of toppling Lucknow over. 200, 175, 2 questions to go. Kolkata on 125. Oh, what a dramatic finish we are witnessing here today. And 100 comes up. It's a bull coming up. On your screen now. Oh, they've taken up. It's not you on the buzzer, please. Kolkata. Faster than you was Lucknow on my right. On a 200, go ahead.
That's Peter Lynch.
That's Peter Lynch. And if my question was, who took that photograph? They're absolutely right. Put your hands together for them. Nervous moments will prevail for them. 300 is what they reach. Peter Lynch is absolutely right, but they backed themselves. 1 up on the Wall Street. They are 1 up on the 3rd semi-final here today. As we go into the final question, have the girls left it a little too far? 75 on the final one. Coming on your screen, overall answer, here we go. What's the overall answer? The value is a 75. Overall answer is something India introduced a couple of years ago. All right, Lucknow choose to give it another go. Final one, it doesn't matter to them. Go ahead.
Bharatiya Mahila Bank.
Bharatiya Mahila Bank. Oh, was started as a tribute and inaugurated on Indira Gandhi's birthday. Will give them a psychological finish of a better advantage. Absolutely perfect. Lucknow will go to 375. It wouldn't have mattered whether they won with 225 or 375. My heart goes out to the team from Kolkata. They really hit one rash shot, and that was one rash shot too many to take in a final like this. With 125, they will finish 3rd. Moving into the national final as our 3rd semi-final champion, Army Public School, true to their name, firing at the right time. Into the national final with 375, Dhruv and Anjani Kumar. Dhruv and Anjani Kumar will take on Bhavans Vidya Mandir from Nagpur and Delhi Public School from Vadodara in that big national final that we will witness a week from now. But till then, from me, Pig Brain, from all of us here today at CNBC TV 18, you watched a wonderful semi-final at NSC Financial Quest. Till we meet again a week from now at that huge national finale of a nationwide championship. It's me, Pig Brain, saying goodbye on behalf of all of us here and look forward to seeing you a week from now. You are watching Financial Quest from the National Stock Exchange. Thanks for tuning in.
Focus. Ideate. Innovate. Enable.